Hi everyone, it's Ashley at Tea Garden Paper Crafts. I know it's Friday and normally I do my videos on Thursdays, but we were out of town for 2 weeks on a Disney vacation. We got hurricane during that time. Everything's fine though. We were fine. We sheltered in place at our hotel and we had an amazing trip. It was such a fun time, even with a hurricane in the middle of it. Um, but when we got back, I had a lot of catching up to do for work. So now I'm finally caught up and able to put out a video. So this week I am doing these little houses that are also pockets made out of junk mail envelopes. And these were inspired by a playlist that I found um, on YouTube here by another creator. I will link her playlist in the description below. Hers are made more like this one, where the pocket is the top. But because of the style of envelopes that I'm using, I made mine with a side one whenever possible. But so these are just some of the ideas that I made, like whimsical ones, a winter one with this really cool, lots of glitter and sparkles on this one, and then a Halloween one. So let's get started. We'll put our examples aside, and I will show you some of the envelopes that I used for these. So we have tons of different styles of envelopes. I work in an office environment and where I process the mail. So I have access to tons of different envelopes. And like, so I use a mail thing, one of the things that you split open the envelopes. I can't think of letter opener. There we go. Um, but you could use bigger ones, or if you do have ones that, are just regular envelopes that you can seal, you can fold it over and then make the top the pocket. You can seal it here and then fold it over, make it a pocket. But I will show you how to use one of these large envelopes, and I will show you how to use a smaller envelope. I just wanted to give you an idea of the different kinds of envelopes that you could use to make these. I'm also going to make these entirely without digitals. I am going to use just scrapbooking paper and scraps that I have kicking around from different things. So we'll start with our envelopes here. And as you can see with this one, I already folded it over. That's all I've done so far is they are open on one side and I folded it over. I will show you how to keep the window on one like I did for this one. I kept the window, but I put, which side? You open this side. But I put the cardstock on the inside of it so that you don't see it there. But then on this one, I kept it the window open somewhat so that you can see through it. So there's different ways that you can do these depending on what you are wanting. So we will do that. So now with my standard size envelope here, you just kind of decide how far down. Like this one, I think I'm going to make a little bit taller because I want to keep that whole window, I think. So we'll just fold it and crease it there. Okay, so that's our first step. Now our next step is I want to get rid of some of this bulk here where it's folded over. So I am going to come in and trim away the excess of this because we're going to fold that over and glue it down, and we don't want to have too many layers. So we're going to just cut this off. Doesn't have to be exact. We just want to make sure that we get a good bulk of it off. Okay, so like that. And I'm going to do the same thing for this one. Cut along my fold line here. And then cut along the top here. like I said, the videos that I followed, that I will link in the description below, she uses envelopes that aren't already cut open. She uses ones that are sealed, that you are unused and you can seal. So she does hers slightly differently. So these are my way of doing it here. Okay, so now that we've got the extra bulk cut off here, we're going to start by covering our fronts here. Okay, so let's see here. Now, when I wanted to keep the window, so like I think I want to keep the window on this one because it's a really nice big window, I actually covered it in a napkin. Now, so I'll show you the example. Here, I covered the front in a napkin first, and I think I want to do that same thing with this one. Now, I'm not sure if I want to use, I might need a fresh napkin, but let's take a look. So if we line this up here and fold this over, oh, perfect. We've got enough room there. So I think that is what I want to do. Yeah, we'll lose a little bit of the skull and stuff here, but I'm fine with that. We can make this work. And if you have one of these watercolor brushes that you put the water in here and then the water comes out at the brush tip, those are great for this purpose. So I will show you that. All right, so first and foremost, this is a great time to use a glue stick. I know a lot of people like to use watered down school glue and put some over the, and then put like over the napkin and stuff to seal it down. I don't do that. I don't like the texture that it gives. It's just a personal preference. But I'm going to go very carefully around my window here so that I don't get glue on my window, but I want to get glue everywhere else. Okay. And since I'm not sure exactly where up here the napkin is not going to make it, I'm just going to glue the whole thing. All right. So we got that. And then what we're going to do next is I'm going to take my napkin and as carefully as I can, I'm going to line it up here and line it up here. I'm going to press it down. Okay, and then we will trim off our excess. Make sure you see what I'm doing here. I'm sorry. Was not in frame. There we go. Trim off that excess. And then this one doesn't have to be exact because it's going to be covered by our roof. Trim off that excess and set those pieces aside because I can continue to use those. Okay. So next, what we're going to do is you can see here where the window is. I'm going to use my watercolor guy, and I'm just going to follow that window. And if you can't see, you can kind of feel like where the napkin's a little bit darker, it might be a little bit harder to see, but you can feel the window through the napkin as well. And then we can clean it up if there's a little bit where it's not quite perfect. All right. So then all we need to do is just come in here and rub a little bit, and we can rub away the napkin. Now, you could probably do this in a way that's a little more careful. I'm not being the most careful, and save this piece of the napkin. These napkins were for the dollar store, so I'm not super concerned about it. I've got a ton of them. Okay, So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel this back a little bit. You could see where the glue didn't get exactly where I want it to go. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to kind of take the edge of my glue stick, glue it down, and then I'll take my nail, or you can take like a tool or something like that, and then just kind of come in and just pick away the little excess here. Get it to where you like it. And I'm also going to line the edge of my window with some washi tape to kind of give like the paneled effect. So any of these spots where it tore a little bit is not going to be the end of the world because we can cover that up. Okay, so there we go. We have our window cut out and ready to go. So next I'm just going to kind of come along the edges here, make sure that there's no spots where it's coming up along the sides here, and I don't feel any, so that's perfect. So that's our start. So next let's cover our roof. I think I want to do a purple roof. So I'm going to take this piece of cardstock here. I'm going to flip over. Let's get this guy out of the way. I'm going to flip it over here, and I'm going to glue on this part here. I would suggest probably using a stronger glue than glue stick for this purpose. But for this example, I'm just going to use a glue stick because it's a little bit faster for me to apply. Okay. And then what we want to do is we want to try and line up our cardstock straight edges as best we can. Okay. And then when we flip it over here, we will cut down here, flip it over, cut down just a little bit past that window, or just past the edge here. So that way when we flip it over, we've got a nice clear edge here that we can cut. Okay, so this is the back side of our house. And then just follow your line. I did not do a very good job at this end. There we go. So there is our roof line. So now I want to kind of make this look a little grungier than it is. I don't want it to look perfect because this is for our Halloween journal. So I'm going to ink up my edges here. Give my roof a little bit distressing, and I will also distress down here. Okay, and then just going to run my sponge just lightly along the edges here. Being careful because I don't want to tear my napkin. There we go. I like the way that looks. Okay, now I am not going to glue this down just yet because I have an idea that I want to try for inside here. So I have these really cool little cutouts of different characters that someone sent me in a trade. Let me see which one I like here. I think I like him. I think he's cute. Okay, so I was thinking that we could put him in the window. Yeah, I think that's really, really cute. Okay, so what we want to do is I want to put something on the inside here to cover up that plain background and also make our envelope a little bit sturdier. So I think I want to do something like that. I think that looks really, really cute. And then if we glue it onto this backing here, we still get to use this as a window, but it'll also make our envelope a little bit stronger. So I think that is what we are going to do. Yes, I like that. Okay, so to make sure that we don't lose our little dude here, because he is so cute, I am going to, oh, come on out. Oh, he's stuck. Hold on. There we go. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on his feet. So that way position him where I want, and then he's stuck to the inside of my envelope now. And then what I will also do is I'm going to, this may be a little tough to see, I apologize. So what I'm going to do is I have my piece of cardstock tucked in where I want it to go, and I'm going to fold it back this way so that I can glue just along these edges here. You don't need to glue all the way inside. I find it really difficult if I put glue on it and then trying to get it stuck down where I want it to be. I find it really difficult. So what I like to do is I put it where I want it, and then I glue the edge, make sure that I'm still where I want it to be, and then press it down really nice and firm. So this way, we're stuck on. I cover my glue so I'm not getting glue all over everything. Okay, so now we'll trim this out. And this will give us a nice sturdy area, or a nice sturdy part of our envelope here. So now when I'm cutting this part, when I'm cutting the top part, I want to make sure that I'm not accidentally cutting the top of my envelope. So I'm going to fold it back first before I start trimming, just so that I don't accidentally cut off the top of my envelope. That would be unfortunate. All right, set that aside. So this is what we have now. So cute. Absolutely love that. All right. So now, ideally, I think I would like to glue this into a journal, so I'm not going to worry about making the backside of this thicker. If you wanted to make the backside of this thicker, like if you wanted to use it as a tuckable, and you wanted to maybe use the blank side of this envelope as writing space, I would suggest leaving this open and then tucking this in here like this, and doing the exact same thing. Glue it here and then trim it out. And that way you've got a super nice sturdy envelope. And it would make a good writing space. But I'm going to use these, I want to use these as like a glue-in my journal. So this whole part would be glued down to the page, and so I don't need to reinforce it. But I want to reinforce the front because when you're putting your hand in here constantly, these envelopes are not the sturdiest. So if you're putting your hand in here, tucking things in, I would worry about this ripping. Okay, so here's what we have so far. I need a little bit more glue down in this corner here. You can see my napkin is folding up a little bit, so I'm going to put a little bit more glue on there and fold my napkin back down. All right, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this envelope window down. So we're going to glue our roof down onto the envelope to finish sealing off our envelope. Okay. So just like so. Now our pocket is completely closed. All right, so that's your basic construction. So now we need to put a door on here. Now, obviously, our door is going to look a little small compared to our big dude in our window, but that's okay with me. These are not meant to be realistic. They're just meant to be fun and cute. So I've got maybe something like that. And this is a great way to kind of go through your scraps, see what you've got kicking around. Or maybe I could cut something out of this one. No, I think I like that. I think that really works. I think that'll be cute. The little spider web door. Okay, let's see. So I've got some other things here. So something else that's an idea that you could use for doors, besides like scraps, is you could use a tag. If that was a different color, I could use that tag. Or you could follow that shape and cut it out. I've got washi tape here, stuff like that. So the washi tape I'm actually going to use to make my window. So if you see on my example here, I used this thin washi tape to make it, but this window's a little bit bigger. So maybe, no, I think I'm still going to use this one. So let's do that first before we glue our window down, or our door down. Before we decide on our door, let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to start by just very carefully, as best I can anyway, lining up my washi tape. Yeah, just like that. And then, see what I'm doing here? Cut it and then press it down. And then I'll do the other window, other side of the window here. But I think I want to make sure that my little gold accent is on the inside of the window. Oh. All right, let's see. Get this stuck down. With washi tape this tiny, it is definitely a little fiddly, but that's okay. And so we got that, and then do our bottom. Now, I don't think I'm going to do the window panels like I did on my example because we've got the little guy, we've got our little Frankenstein's monster in here, and he's so cute that I don't think I want to ruin that. But I kind of do like that. So what if we line this with washi tape to kind of make it stand out a little bit more? Ooh. Or what if we use this washi tape? Make it stand out. Let's give it a try. Worst case scenario, we don't like it, we go back to the store instead. So I don't think, because I'm going more detailed with this one, I don't think I'm going to have time to do two today because this video is already getting a little long. So we'll just do the one today. Okay, so fold that over my edge there. Ooh, what if we made it look like paneling on the door? Oh, that's fun. Okay, let's do that. I love that. See, this is how we evolve our ideas. You try something and then it evolves into something different. And stuff like this is a great way to pull things out of your stash that maybe you haven't used or you have just held on to, don't know what you were going to do with them, but you knew you were going to use them for something, like this little Frankenstein monster. This is a great opportunity to use that kind of stuff because you can really showcase something that you've been holding on to. That's what I'm doing. And like basically shopping my stash, looking at what I have that I haven't used and finding new fun ways to do it. I love the way the store is coming out. It looks really cute. Pardon my sniffles. Everybody came home with a cold. Okay, and then we've got just that little bit. Let's trim that off. And we've got just a little bit on the side here. Oops. Oh, oh, oh. Do you have that problem where you get the washi tape stuck to itself? I seem to do that quite a bit. Okay. Trim off our excess here. And then just to kind of make it look the same, I think I'm going to overlap just a tiny bit on this other side just because I have that tiny little thin one there. So I think I'm going to do the same on this side here. Oh, that is adorable. I love it. Okay, so now let's glue that down. Whoops. I'm a mess today. I apologize. I know so many of you are going to yell at me and say, don't apologize. Stop apologizing. I can't help it. I am working on that, though. I'm working on apologizing less. Okay, so I have a bunch of different things here that I think that I thought I might use, like if I made a Christmas one or something like that. But I think we're going to make this our little door. Do we want to put our door? That's going to be our little doorknob. I think that is perfect right there. So let's put that on. And this one, I'm going to use my Fabrifix for that. I do not think that my glue stick would be up to the task. So we're going to put a dab there. And then before I stick it down, I'm just going to kind of dab my finger in it and spread it around a little bit. And then very carefully press it down on there. All right, so now let's decorate our roof line a little bit more. Was thinking about using this, but I don't want to cover up my little guy. But I could put it along the top here. That's cute. Okay, let's do that. So again, I want to use my Fabrifix. I don't think my glue stick would be up to this task. So I'm going to put a line down, and then I'm going to use my handy dandy finger tool to spread it out. And very carefully put this down. And I'm going to stretch it just a little bit so that I can cut this off and not lose this pom-pom. There we go. And then take my scissors, trim that off. All right, and then last but not least, I think we need a chimney of some sort. So let's see. We could maybe use that for our chimney, but I feel like that kind of gets lost. So let's see here. You know what? I think I have some stickers here next to me. Yes. I have this sheet of stickers. I had intended on using this. Is so cute. I had intended on using that as a roof. So this would be a good idea for like your really cool die cuts. You could use that as a roof. I wanted to show you that real quick. But so I have these sheets of stickers. I think were from the dollar store. That would be really cute. And I kind of think I want to use this moon on here. That's kind of cute. And then when you stick it into the journal, that could stick onto your page. That's really cute. I love that. Okay, I think that's what we're going to do. So to make sure that I have that doesn't stick to something else before I put it into a journal, I'm going to grab a piece of acetate from my desk. So when I buy clear stamps, I save the acetate for use on things. So I'm just going to stick this right onto there for now. So that way, once I stick it into the journal, I can take that off. And then last but not least, I'm going to put a little detail on here. We're going to put a little cauldron and a little coffin. There we go. That is our pocket house that we made for today. A little bit simpler than my other ones that I've made, but I really, really like it. And again, let's just kind of go through the examples here. Got some different ones. We're just at the 30-minute mark here, so I'm going to finish this off. I also, you can hear my dog barking in the background. He wants to come down and see me. He hears me talking. I have a border collie named Fritz and a golden shepherd named Stitch, like Lilo and Stitch. But so this is the video. I hope that you've really enjoyed this. If you'd like to see me make a couple more of these, want to see a couple more examples of some ideas of what you could do, please feel free to comment below. Also keep an eye out because this weekend I will be posting a announcement for a really cool collaboration that I've become a part of. My eagle eye viewers might notice that I have a playlist that I've created called Sugar Plum Stories. Whatever could that mean? You'll just have to wait and find out because I'm going to post the announcement on Sunday. But I hope you've enjoyed this. Also, one last reminder for everybody. I am getting pretty close. I'm about 100 subscribers away from 500. Once I hit 500, I will be giving away this Halloween journal that is absolutely stuffed full of goodies that I've made. And I believe that these may be going in there too. So if you want a chance to win this journal, please make sure you've liked, subscribed to my channel, and keep an eye out. Leave me your comments on what else you'd like to see me do on my channel, what tutorials you'd like to see. If you've looked at my Etsy shop and there's a journal that you really like, you want to see a flip through, let me know in the comments below. And I will see you in my next video on Sunday for the announcement of Sugar Plum Stories. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Happy Friday and have a good weekend. Bye.